And that takes us to our final album, and I will shut up now because I've been saying a lot.
Hell yeah, brother. Jacob, are you ready for this next one?
Oh yeah, brother. K-Kona.
Dog.
Bill Murray. I see all the K-Konas in the chat.
Yo, this guy needs help. Bill Murray has dropped.
I need some indoctrination.
We gotta get you Americanized. Oh man. Bill Murray has dropped his newest album, American Motorsports.
I never wanna go without, 'cause I should be spinning you around now. Still not trying to forget about every time I rain.
You know what's fucking crazy?
What's up?
I don't know if you guys remember this, but in our January recap, when we were talking about Better Hell, parentheses, Thick Boy, and I said that it is insane to think about Bill Murray being in my top 10 songs of the year. It is just as insane to consider the reality that Bill Murray is in my top 10 albums of the year. Given how disinterested I have been in Bill Murray for the better part of 4 years.
You know, I will
Eggy Pocket did nothing for me.
Oh,
400-pound back squat did nothing for me. Goblin Hours did nothing for me. American Motorsports, front to back, bangers.
Yeehaw, brother. Yeah. This shit is just so impressive. I haven't heard an artist embody America like this since Bruce Springsteen. It is just so... Like, I don't know if, like, I'm biased because my mom's side of the family grew up in the Midwest, and I go to visit the Midwest, like, decently often. But the sound of this album is so distinctly, like, Midwest small-town cornfield that it's, like, I don't know how he did it. Like, there's, like, country music.
He's from Ohio.
Well, then, this guy knows. I think he has taken musical interpretation and put me into Ohio. Like, it's indescribable the way that, like, because country music, right? Yeah, you can tell, like, oh, like, some people, like, oh, this makes you feel like you're in the Appalachians, or this is just pop with country twang to it, so it doesn't really feel like anything. This genuinely feels like different times of day in the Midwest. It's ridiculous. It's incredibly impressive. I am very surprised. I mean, we've, even as far back as Rich Sips in 2019 with Cow People, when he put the horse neighing sound effect in there and a steel guitar kind of instrument down type of thing. And, you know, I didn't expect him to lean this far into the country side of things, especially on a song like Miss Me. But it works. It's so well executed.
Yeah, and I think for me, as well as someone who's like a country hater, I think there's like not too much of it to like overwhelm me and hate it. I also think the lyrics help with that as well.
Yes.
They're not country lyrics.
The worst part about country music is the very obvious country lyricism.
Yeah.
And there's none of that here. This is a rock album with a little bit of country instrumentation, but none of the flaws of country music.
And I will say, even the themes that, as I guess the resident listener of country music, because I really like country actually. He takes a lot of common motifs from artists, like big names that are really popular right now in country, would be like Morgan Wallen, for instance. And there's a lot of Morgan Wallen songs about like, oh, like I miss or in country in general, like, oh, I miss my lover, and like, you know, I can't drink the pain away, like that type of thing. And
you kind of get that on here then.
Yeah, but it's done so much better than, like, it's literally, even some of the lyrics, especially in Miss Me could easily be a Morgan Wallen song, like lyrically and thematically, except for these small little musical choices and ways and words of conveying certain ideas. Like Drunk Enough clears every single one of the dozens and dozens of country songs that I like. that are about like drinking to forget that your wife left. You know, like it takes that theme from. I mean, literally across this whole album, it takes so many common country themes. And it's like watching a 4-year-old draw with a crayon versus like Picasso. Like,
right.
It's so well done. It's incredible. And it's not even. Go ahead.
Well, I'm a little upset that I can't remember the name of the Hastings. Oh, Livin', Laughin', Lovin', right? And About a Cashew didn't make it on the album. I'm very curious to know where if he had to put it on the album, where he would put it, just so I can add it to my playlist and make a custom album.
Wait,
because I don't think, for me anyway, it would feel too long. I know that was his reasoning, is he wants commute time, is what he said. But I really think those songs would have been perfect on here. And
I think that they would have made the album worse.
In what way though? Like in terms of quality of the song, or in making?
I just don't particularly like those songs. I just think they're average Bill Murray songs that I would clump into the last 3 albums that I haven't really cared for.
But they still got the country twang though.
They do. I've gone back to them and I don't connect with them nearly as much as anything on this album.
You know what? I am going to agree with you in the sense that outside of a couple songs on here, I wouldn't playlist most of these songs. I don't think they work as well individually, because I didn't like a lot of the singles, honestly. But hearing them in the context of the album with everything else around them, they're perfect. And I'm wondering, like you're saying, Jacob, if we could find out where he would have put them, because I have a feeling that, Jake, you and I would both grow to love them if they were within the context of the album when you're in that mindset.
Like, how many minutes does that add to the album? Like 6, maybe?
Probably
5?
6. It'll be a 34-minute album. I will say, I think that this album is the perfect length as is. Even if I do think that the album, like the other 2 tracks, could have fit easily onto this, and I do wish there was a world where they were. I struggle to find.
Maybe he'll release a deluxe
album. I have no doubt, especially with how popular.
Put him on the vinyl.
Oh wait, yo! Honestly, yeah, 6 tracks per side, be workable. But yeah, I didn't expect to like this as much as, and even like when people were dropping, I think it was you, Jacob, who was dropping the vinyl pre-orders. I'm like, I can't justify buying this when I haven't liked the singles. I wish I would have bought it sooner. I should have trusted.
I'm hoping he's selling it on tour. I'm gonna buy it on tour if he is. Hopefully. I have a feeling he will, because he hasn't put out the blue one yet. Because he's doing red, white, and blue.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Dude, you should. This is how you become the honorary American, like we were talking about earlier. You need to enter the contest. You need to record a video and do the most American thing possible, and then I'll forward it.
The most American thing I did was last year, July 4th, 2023. I went to see Bill Murray live.
Oh, I think that should get you citizenship. Honestly, I'll call up my boy Joe. He and I are close like that, so I don't know if he'll remember me. I'll see what I can do. No, man, I am genuinely impressed with this album and the way that it managed to present country so blatantly in a way that's mixed so well with like emo and rock and that classic Bill Murray sound. Like, you know that this is Bill Murray listening to.
So I have a gut feeling that when he opens for Sleep Token, I don't think the country will hit as hard for EU fans.
Yeah. He posted and deleted a tweet like instantly earlier that had the set list, so I have it if you want to read it.
I mean, for the Sleep Token tour?
Yeah.
You can send it to me. I don't care. I just don't want to know the American Motorsports set list of them.
Well, I don't know. I actually, I don't know if it is. Never mind. I won't spoil it. I don't know which it is. because it's like
How long is it? Is it like,
it's like 12 tracks.
that sound?
3.
I actually don't
7,
know.
11.
That
Never mind,
doesn't
it's
feel
15.
like
It's 15 in an encore.
That's definitely.
If it's an encore, yeah, I just saw the encore. Never mind.
That's the
It's a good thing you noticed.
Yeah, I want to highlight 2016 Cavaliers because that came out as a single, and I at the time I thought it was the best song, the best single anyway, and it still holds up. I think it's one of the better songs on the album, but I think the biggest grower for me is "Talking to Your Ghost."
Agreed.
The freaking
Yeah.
ending is insane.
Yeah.
Well,
My
but
top 3. I just remember.
I
I
can't
was
even
looking at the
make a
track
top
list and
list.
I was like, "Oh, I have a clear top 3." And then I saw All Gas again, and I'm like, "Fuck." Top 4: Better Hell, Talking to Your Ghost, Empty Handed, All Gas.
I will not take the disrespect to the 2 actual best songs on this album, which are Straight Through You, featuring Arizona, and Drunk Enough. Let me tell you, y'all, that guitar on Drunk Enough at the end, that like groovy shit once everything breaks down, that is the one and only Skylar Accord of Issues. And he fucking killed that shit. I haven't heard a groovier thing all year, I don't think.
So
Derek,
they literally.
I feel the need to expose myself and settle the score. You've good take Jake's me too many times. Drunk Enough might be my least favorite song on the album.
Whoa!
I'm gonna find you.
So didn't he release it?
You
as
know,
a single?
I had to settle the score because you good take Jake me a few too many times this episode.
Egregious take, Jake. He did, I think, and it was
And
out
then-
for like an hour or something, and then deleted.
Oh, really?
it. Yeah,
'Cause-
people
so-
reacted to it.
Yeah, I believe he remixed it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
makes sense. Good, because it fucking slaps. Yeah, the tempo of this album too, like every song feels placed so well to just drive the album forward. It's such an easy in and out listen. I mean, I can't. This is definitively my favorite Bilmuri album, and also the first one that I felt most comfortable about calling an album.
Yeah,
but yeah, this fucks. I didn't know that I needed. I mean, we talked before about, I wish Bilmuri would lean in and explore the country side of things more. I didn't expect him to go all out like this, but by God, he made it work. I mean, this clears all of modern country as far as I'm concerned.
Do you think he could like make another album like this, or is this niche done?
Ooh,
that's a good question. This might be a one and done.
I feel like it could be, yeah. But he's kind of like found his sound now.
Yeah, that's the
it's just
problem.
that he can't release the same thing again. That's the problem.
Yeah. And country in and of itself, I think a lot of the reason why people hate country, or at least modern country, is that for better or for worse, a lot of the song, there's only so much. Now, if there was an artist to push the envelope on country, as he's done here, then I have no doubt it would be Bilmuri. But the sounds that he's going for here and the similar motifs in pop country, there's only so much you can do.
I actually think so. One of the things about a Cashew is it leans more into the heavy than we get on this album. Like, there's maybe like what's the song that goes the heaviest here? Maybe Empty Handed.
I would say Empty Handed or All Gas.
I feel like the genre bending got maybe no, actually he does it pretty well. I mean, like within a song though, like I feel like Powder Cashew did that really well. Maybe that's why it's not on the album, because it's a little bit different from everything else on here.
Yeah, there's only so much of that genre bending that you can do across the album to have it continue to feel authentic.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, maybe that is length aside that it might
be the next
it out.
And it might be the next challenge or step for him.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, this album has proved that if there's anybody that can do it, it's him. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a one-off. In my non-musician take side of things, I think there's only so much you could do. He could maybe get one more album out of it, but knowing Bill Murray and all the creativity that he has shown over the past 5 years that we've been listening to him, there's nothing he can do.
Maybe I'm talking out of my ass here, but what country artist uses a saxophone?
Oof, I can't think of one.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray does. Fuck yeah, brother.
Yeah, I was very pleased with this album.
Before we wrap this one up, Justin, you've been really quiet.
Yeah, brother, what's going on here?
No, move on. Move on.
You had Eggy
no.
Pocket in your album of the year list when it came out.
Like this.
Oh no!
I'm so sad.
What was it? Was it the country or was it something else?
Everything blended too much in itself, and before I knew it, the album was done, and nothing stood out for me. Unfortunately,
That is one thing. A lot of it does sound a little bit similar, but it doesn't stay too long. Kind of like Knocked Loose in that way.
I mean, I guess, but it's still like I would rather.
If you're not connecting with it, you're not connecting with it.
Yeah.
Kinda,
Well,
that's
yeah,
all it comes
right.
down
I'd
to.
rather a 15-track experience that I can enjoy and pick a couple songs from and still, have something memorable than have something I listen to, not be offended by it, but they could kind of ignore it after that point. And I feel like there's just not enough on this for me to grasp. As opposed to like Eggy Pocket or
Completely fair.
400 Pound Bike Squat.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot less variation and experimentation on this album than his old ones. So I completely.
It's kind of like he found a sound and then stuck with it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's always been that Bill Murray sound, but this is like the next level,
More power to him, but this just one was not for me.
It's okay. I'll give it to you. You can walk free this time. I'm still mad at Jake. Jake, wrap us up.
You should be.
You once this recording stops, Jake.
Yeah.
Throwing hands.